Just in time for summer, I have some treats for your freezer. We're making ice cream sandwiches. It's lunch with Lisa. Hey guys, welcome back to another weekend treats edition. I'm Lisa and I make quick and easy healthy recipes. I share with you. I don't make them. I don't make these. Hey guys, I'm back with a quick and easy healthy recipe that you can make and put in your freezer, and it only takes about 5 ingredients. I get a lot of my recipes online from websites like allrecipes.com and tasteofhome.com. That is a great website and they have tons of ideas. But I absolutely love utilizing these websites for the comments alone because people give tons of feedback about what they like or what they don't like about the recipe or how they tweaked it. And it gives me ideas on how I can tweak it. Some of these recipes, especially Taste of Home, I don't know, they do have comments on there, I think. Well, anyways, so recently I got an email from tasteofhome.com, and at the top of the list, it was no-bake desserts. There was icebox sandwiches, which are just ice cream sandwiches. And it was a chocolate chip ice cream sandwich. Used vanilla pudding and whipped topping and some chocolate chips. And then you froze it between 2 halves of a graham cracker. I thought, this is so easy, I bet I could make different flavors. So I took the idea and I just ran with it. And I made multiple flavors. It took me about 3 days to make them all just because I was coming home after work and filming and making them. And then also my freezer is kind of full with other stuff, so I was due to freezer space and time. It took a little bit longer than I would like, but you could easily just choose one of these and make this in a few minutes. I mean, it really takes no time. It's just a little wait time in the freezer for it to freeze. So for this recipe, you're gonna need a 3.4 ounce package of instant pudding. You could do the sugar-free, fat-free version, or you could do the full sugar version. It's up to you. You need some 2% milk. You're gonna need some whipped cream. You can use heavy whipping cream, or you could use Coolwhip, or some kind of whipped topping. I prefer to eat dairy versus vegetable oil, so I'm using heavy whipping cream for this. However, you could also sub in some Greek yogurt instead of whipping cream. I'm definitely gonna do that the next time I make these. Then you're gonna need some kind of filler. You could use mini chocolate chips. I didn't have the mini ones, so I just ground up some regular sized chocolate chips. Oreo cookies, you could have them ground down or broken up. Lemon curd, peanut butter, chopped peanuts, pistachio nuts, chocolate syrup or chocolate fudge, any kind of jam like raspberry jam. And then of course you could have graham crackers, chocolate graham crackers. You can also make your own. Handle the Heat has a great recipe that I'll put down below that I made for this purpose. Or you could buy some thin cookies or any kind of cookies that you want. So I found these thin cookies at the store and they worked perfectly for this. However, it does add a little bit more calories. So definitely keep that in mind as you're making these. So that's the basic ingredients. The pudding, the milk, a topping or filler, and then the cookie or the graham cracker. And then you get to kind of play around with it. So I bought some vanilla, cheesecake, chocolate and pistachio, and banana. There's also lemon, but I couldn't find that at my store right now. So lemon pudding would be great for this, for the lemon version, but it's lemony enough just with the lemon curd alone. However, if you want to omit the lemon curd, you could just buy the lemon pudding. Anyways, so I started by making the pudding according to the box directions, put it in the fridge and let it set. And then I whipped up, of course, some heavy whipping cream. So to the pudding mix, I'm gonna add 2 cups of the whipped cream. So whip up about a cup of heavy whipping cream. That'll turn into 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. And you're gonna fold these together until there's no more streaks of pudding. And I'm going to split my mixture in half so I can make multiple flavors, but to the mixture, you're gonna add 1 cup of toppings. So if you wanna make chocolate chip, it's vanilla pudding with whipped cream and 1 cup of mini chocolate chips. If you don't have mini, just put them through a food processor and break them down a little bit until you get smaller pieces. Or you could chop up a chocolate bar, however you wanna do it. Then you're gonna take out a cookie sheet and line it with your graham crackers or your cookies. This whole recipe makes about 24 sandwiches. And you're gonna put about 3 tablespoons of your mixture on each cookie. And then you're gonna top it with another cookie or a graham cracker. The directions in the original recipe say to wrap these and then freeze, but if you freeze it first, it's way easier to wrap. However, you may not get edge to edge. That's fine, it still tastes amazing. Okay, so that's the basic recipe. Get the pudding, the whipped cream, the topping, sandwiched between 2 graham cracker cookies or 2 regular cookies. Here's how I mixed it up. So I split my recipe in half and added chocolate chips to one and crushed Oreos to the other. And then I mixed them together and scooped them onto these chocolate cookies, chocolate graham crackers for the Oreo. It made it super chocolatey. And then the graham crackers for the chocolate chip. Oh, and I also found these chocolate chip cookies. They're delicious. And then for my next recipe, I mixed together some cheesecake pudding, mixed that with the whipped cream, and then split it in half. And to one side, I added about 1/3 cup to 1/2 cup of lemon curd. You can find my lemon curd recipe down below. And then I used Bon Maman raspberry preserves to make berry cheesecake. So you could use any kind of berry jam here. So delicious, about 1/3 cup of that. And then I placed those on top of graham crackers, found lemon cookies to put the lemon curd ones on. They're so delicious. And for my next one, I made chocolate pudding. Then I used some peanut butter that I melted down on 1/2. And then on the other half, I added some chocolate syrup. Now this screwed the whole thing up. I ended up with a melted mess. And so it was really hard to scoop and put onto the cookies. So I ended up putting it in the freezer for a little bit and then running it through my ice cream machine. It was way easier to scoop, but then I ended up with less. So I don't recommend using chocolate syrup because it doesn't freeze very well. I had to blend it in. My vision was having kind of some gooey chocolate in there. So what I recommend is using more of the fudge stuff. For the peanut butter ones, I thought it'd be really cool to dip the sides in some chopped peanuts. So these peanuts are lightly salted and I just kind of press them around the edges. And then I made a banana pudding one. So banana pudding, whipped cream, and then I chopped up some banana and threw that in there and placed that between the graham crackers. You could also use the pistachio and make it with pistachio nuts around the edges if you want. So many ways to do this. You can leave some of the toppings out and just have it plain vanilla. But these ended up being really delicious. Now they're a little bit hard right out of the freezer, so take them out and let it sit for like a minute or two for it to soften up. So the directions on the website say to wrap them up in wax paper. I used parchment, but it got kind of tedious after a while and I was like, I'm not wrapping all of these because I made like way too many. I'm going to see my family soon and so I can let them have them. Or, you know, just eat one at a time all summer long. However, it is kind of nice to have them wrapped up in something so that you can eat it. So I just used a big parchment sheet, folded it in fourths and cut it down by ripping it. Really easy, really handy. Kind of love the wrapping thing. It's just time consuming. So I just shoved all the sandwiches into a Ziploc bag and then of course put a layer of parchment between the sandwiches. And that way also I can see them and what flavor they are. Or you could just label the bag, of course. But as you can see, they turned out beautifully and they taste amazing. I think so far my son's favorite is the lemon with the lemon cookie. Graham crackers are really soft. They soak up a lot of the moisture. My mouth is watering just thinking about this one. This is the raspberry jam in it with the cheesecake. Oh, that is so good. And then I really love the Oreo with these chocolate graham crackers. Now, I'll leave a link to graham crackers you can buy online from Honey Made. However, I read in the reviews that it's like doesn't ship well and they come all broken up. So I just went ahead and made my own because it's super easy to make. That one's good. That's the Oreo sandwiched between 2 chocolate graham crackers. Chef's kiss. I haven't tried the chocolate chip yet. My son didn't really like the chocolate chips in there because they're kind of crunchy, so definitely make sure you get the mini ones. It's not too bad. Peanut butter is one of my favorite things, so peanut butter ice cream is always such a treat. And this is really good. The chocolate and the peanut butter. It's like a peanut butter cup, but in an ice cream sandwich form. That one's good. The banana pudding one, so good. These are so perfect. They're light, super easy to make. Super easy. All right, the lemon one. That lemon curd, man. That is really good. You don't have to make the lemon curd. You can actually find it in the store. Bon Maman makes it. You just might end up having to pay a little bit more for it. And then the chocolate. That cookie got so soft. You want a thin cookie so that it does absorb some of that moisture from the whipped cream and pudding. I could eat these all day. Let me know if you make these. They're super delicious. Quick and easy, simple treat for your summer. Frozen dessert, no bake. It's super easy. Try these out. Let me know what you think. And if you like this recipe, I'm sure you'll love this one too. And I'll see you in my next video. And definitely drop a like. It really helps me out. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. It's Lunch with Lisa.